Welcome to All the Gear But No Idea, the South Australian fishing podcast hosted by Rhodey and Diz. The boys will share their tall tales of the one that got away, as well as some regular segments they know all you fishing tragics will enjoy.
G'day guys and welcome to episode 35 of All the Gear But No Idea, South Australia's #1 fishing podcast is.
Too right, Rhodey. How are you, mate?
Excellent. How
Got
are you?
the energy?
Oh, always.
Vibes are up?
We're on.
You're the man. Excellent. Let's just roll that energy straight into oranges and lemons. Hit us with the good news from the fortnight that's been.
Bit of online shopping. Talked about it last time.
Surprise, surprise.
The waiters are here.
They've arrived.
And they have timed beautifully because it's bloody cold out there.
Oh, yeah.
And we've sort of, tentatively penciled in a little bit of a whiting mission, maybe a day trip over to Yorks next weekend.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to being warm while you're very cold.
I'm not against going down to like Marion Bay and trying to just find some little whiting holes down there.
It's a reasonable trek for a day trip, but I like it. They're big whiting down there.
They are. They get some big ones.
Yeah.
We chat to Alex Hayes and the boys. They've been getting onto them.
Yeah. I'm not against it.
All right, good orange ready. My orange is going to be, now, not a lot of listeners will know this, but I own a bog lux. And it's a close cousin to the Hilux that just loves getting bogged and causing nothing but grief for me.
I would like to...
General day-to-day issue that car is.
That car got bogged on the asphalt once, didn't it?
I think it has got stuck a couple of times on the asphalt. But anyway, positive news. There's a new one in the pipeline.
How soon are we talking?
Well, we're hoping for end of September.
Okay. Yep, good.
So bit, increased towing capacity. A good time to buy a new car, really, because there's no value in the second-hand car market.
Oh, well, you get good value for it at the moment, selling yours. Though.
Hopefully I can get a bit of money back for mine. So anybody who's in the market, just scrap the first few minutes of this. It's a fantastic car.
All right, Diz, what do you got for your lemons?
My lemon, Rhodey, and look, initially in our oranges and lemons segment, we were repeat offenders at this, but we've given it a bit of a
break.
Lapse, and it's time to bring it back because if I can't say that the weather's been horrific over the last fortnight, then no one can. We've had sideways rain. It was blowing 40 knots or 35 to 40 knots over on Yorks on like Thursday or Friday. And down at Christie's Beach, it was blowing a dog off a chain.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been good. Winter's certainly here, and I hope it's doesn't last for long.
Yeah, me too. What's your lemon, big man?
I'm going to go... we've used this, but it's just ramping up again. This COVID is not good.
Horrible, isn't it? Bad timing too.
I'm worried the footy season's going to get impacted.
True.
I'm also very doubtful that this upcoming trip we had planned is going to go ahead.
Yeah.
We were supposed to be going to sort of central New South Wales, out past Tilpa.
Yeah.
Going to pull in some Murray cod and do a bit of work up there on a mate's goat station.
Yes. Yeah, big Ross. Shout out to Ross.
Ross Gates. Gates Goats, if you need any goat products.
Yeah.
I'm sure they sell them locally, but...
Oh, Tilpa Goats?
Tilpa Goats?
Yeah. What are they charging?
Oh, I can't remember, mate.
$3 something.
$3.60.
$3.60 a kilo.
Something
Live
like
weight.
that. Yeah, it's good value if you're in the goat market.
Yeah, it is. It's good. They're good prices. I've done my research.
Anyway, so we were going to head up there, do a little bit of pest eradication.
Yes.
For Gatesy.
Yeah, he's got a big problem up there, hasn't he?
He has, and we were going to, chip in and...
We just offer our services once a year.
It's just it's a working trip.
Yeah, it is. It is a working trip. The accountant does get confused when I submit my invoices.
And we were going to take the rods and pull out a Murray cod out of the Darling.
Yeah.
It's a Darling up there, isn't it?
Yes.
It sort of runs near Tilpa.
Some backwaters.
Anyway, we were going to pull something big out of that, but I've given us a 5% chance.
Yeah.
10% chance.
Yeah, he's somewhere between 5 and 10 and dwindling fast.
Yes.
Anyway, that's I don't know, it's interesting. We've sort of ended on a low note for that segment. But
Well, that's normally how lemons work, Diz.
They were good oranges and lemons this week, I thought.
They were. All right, Diz, what about
merch?
Yep.
Good news, guys. The merch is on the way. It's cold. It's very, very cold. And we need these jumpers. So
and I don't know if you saw, I did share the estuary angling guys put an Instagram story of our jumpers being sent off from their end.
They looks good.
I gave that a share. They said they look great.
Yep.
I'm just sitting on my Australia Post app at the moment, and they're currently in Melbourne.
Okay.
So they've gone from Queensland to Melbourne.
Don't bring the Delta Goodrum strain to...
So, look, we're hoping they're here in the next day or two.
Yeah.
I've got the deck chair out near the letterbox ready.
Yeah. Good
Taking the week off work.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's the merch. We do still have caps and stubbies and stickers.
Yes.
So hit us up if you want any of them. The caps they're on their last legs.
The caps are nearly done.
So we'll probably look at another order maybe summertime.
Yeah. Would we change up the colour?
Don't know.
Anyway.
And we're going to get some more stubby holders. I reckon we will go another colour for the stubbies.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll do our R&D in our own time, big man. We've got bigger things to talk about here because we've got a big news segment this week.
Diz. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the OzFish cod lodges, Rody, because this is good for all you freshwater fisher people out there.
Yeah, I was reading about this during the week, Diz. So, fishing I can't read this word. Conservation charity.
Yes.
OzFish Unlimited partnered with SA Water to introduce native fish homes into the Warren Reservoir.
Yep.
So they were delivered in February 2021.
Yep.
And they are going to provide shelter and hopefully some breeding grounds for the iconic Murray cod.
Yes, and terracotta pots is what they use.
And limestone reef blocks.
Yes.
So up near Williamstown.
Yep.
Local businesses Bennett's Pottery at McGill and Chamo's Lures were involved.
Yep.
And the OzFish Barossa chapter.
Yeah.
Their members and volunteers had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, which is good.
So is it safe to say that this follows on from Kim Manning's work?
I reckon. I think so.
Up in the river. So great that Kim has...
Up in Lake Bonnie.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And the Warren does have Murray cod, golden perch and silver perch.
Yeah. Which is good.
That the
improving the native stocks.
Yeah, so that'd be good.
Yeah.
So that's a positive one, Diz.
Yes, it is. Well, this has been a negative.
This has been a bit of a saga.
It has been a saga.
Killed up mangroves.
Yes.
So what's the news, Diz?
Well, there's been a meeting held, is my understanding, between government officials, and they have discussed what they've described as an ecological disaster. And it's killed a massive amount of mangroves, and we just now are talking that it could be getting into septic tanks and foundations of people's house and homes.
So they're saying 10 hectares of nearby mangroves are considered completely dead, along with 35 hectares of salt marsh.
Yeah.
And lead researchers believe the evidence of stressed, dying or dead vegetation can be seen in a 193 hectare area, so that is growing.
Yeah, well that could be disastrous if 10 hectares are already considered completely dead.
Yeah.
And we're talking about 193 additional hectares.
Yeah.
It's not good.
So this meeting had the Department for Energy and Mining, the Department for Environment and Water, the Environmental Protection Authority, along with the City of Salisbury, local stakeholders, and Miss Coleman. Remember, she was the expert that we quoted last time, Perry Coleman.
Yes.
So she is quoted as saying, if you have a high pond and a tree 150 metres away that died because it put its roots into the hypersaline water directly below it, you can fairly safely assume there is contaminated groundwater for the intervening 150 metres.
Yeah.
So that sort of makes sense.
Not
that I'm an expert.
It does.
And they're saying that the hypersaline water had leaked through cracks in the pond's gypsum lining and then seeped into the groundwater.
Yeah.
So, not ideal. They have said that they installed groundwater testing instruments around the direct kill zone. Yeah. So they're going to do further testing to know the wider impact of it all.
Yeah.
And they're working with the pond operators, which are Buckland... is it Buckland Dry Creek?
Yeah.
To restore and maintain the stability of the site and allow for the right conditions for the rehabilitation of the impacted area.
Yeah.
So in summary, I reckon they probably should get a little bit of a hustle on this one.
Yeah, I think so. We might need to start taking some action.
And we've driven past a couple of times.
We have, yep, we have.
Had a bit of a look.
Yeah, a lot of salt grounds out there.
Yes.
Makes sense to be hypersaline.
It does. All right, Diz, what do we got next? This is
this is an interesting one.
These next couple are interesting.
Yeah, and look, it's not laughable. It really isn't. But a whale hitting your boat is not what you're going to expect.
No, definitely not. But this is what happened on the far south coast of New South Wales.
Yes.
And 2 men were hospitalised.
Yeah, nasty. You can imagine if it hit the boat at the wrong part.
Yep.
That could cause some serious damage.
So the skipper managed to get the boat back to the ramp.
Yeah.
He met the paramedics there.
Yeah.
And his 18-year-old stepson was airlifted to Canberra Hospital with serious head injuries and a suspected lower spinal fracture.
Yeah. Yeah.
The skipper was also treated at a local hospital for concussion and cuts to his face.
So he's been concussed, got his boat back to the ramp. The other passenger, really not in a good way.
No, so anyway, that's not good, is it?
No, it's horrible.
And there's a crowdfunding page up and about.
Yes. So if you're into crowdfunding and doing that sort of thing, then jump on and get around that, because it would not be a nice thing to have happen to anybody.
No.
And then this flows reasonably nicely into the next story, Rhodey, where a particular gentleman has been swallowed by a whale.
I couldn't believe this when I read it. This is overseas though, this one.
Yes.
Cape Cod.
Yes.
He was a lobster diver.
Yes.
And he ended up in the mouth of a humpback. Michael Packard was his name, 56. He thought he was being attacked by a shark when suddenly everything went dark.
Do you think there's any mail on this one?
I don't know. This is his quote. He said, "Then I realised, oh my God, I'm in a whale's mouth and he's trying to swallow me. And I thought to myself, okay, this is it. I'm going to die."
Do you honestly think there's any mail on this?
Well,
What's a whale's mouth look like? How many times have you sort of looked around and gone, "Ooh, that's a whale's mouth"?
I think, look, I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's hard for me to say. Isn't it? So he reckons he was in there for about 30 seconds. He was then rescued after the whale surfaced, shook its head and spat him out. He suffered bruises to his legs and was otherwise uninjured.
Yeah. Wow.
So,
very interesting.
Yeah.
And I guess your initial thoughts are probably going to be, wow, I've been eaten, or I've been bitten, or I'm getting taken by a shark of some description.
Yeah.
But then the gentleman has said he couldn't feel any teeth. He started feeling as though the whale was squeezing him and trying to swallow him. And then that's when he was fortunate enough to be spat out by said whale.
Yes.
And I believe he continued diving and got the bag.
Did he?
I don't know. Okay, ready. Let's move on, mate.
There is, on the whales though,
Yes.
have you seen how many there's been out of Victor?
Oh, good point. Yes.
While we're talking about
it. Yes, there's been lots of sighting.
Yep.
Particularly on that walk which goes around Petrel Cove.
Yeah, around the bluff.
Yeah, around the bluff there. That's a good whale spotting area.
Yeah, and we didn't get it out fishing this weekend, but there was a little mention yesterday of a little day trip down to Victor to get onto some nanny holes.
Yes.
So if you are doing that, if you do find a break in this crap weather and get out for a fish at Victor, make sure you are cautious of the whales, because I don't want any Adelaide, South Australian locals getting
hit by
spinal injuries from a jumping whale.
Or don't maybe just sort of lay off the diving for the next little while.
Yeah.
You don't want to get eaten by one.
No, you don't. It's closed season for the crayfish, so I won't be getting out in Shark Alley anytime soon.
No.
I don't mind a bit of a dive in Shark Alley at normal times. But so you've got to stay away from the whales, obviously. You can't go up to them in your boat.
That's right. You need to keep your distance. And I think, to be fair, the people who got hit by the whale weren't anticipating.
No.
But nonetheless, cautious on the water at all times, really.
Yep, for sure.
All right, Lee Van Soos, great friend of the show.
Yep.
She's been...
Another event this weekend.
Yes, been busy.
And it's a sellout.
Yeah, it is.
So bloody well done, Lee.
Yeah. No, she's reeling in junior anglers.
Yep.
Event sold out, fantastic. She is incredible what she's doing. Really love her stuff. She's got great support by her sponsors, which Ian Cliff, they celebrated the 40 years, I believe, already down sports fishing scene.
Certainly, yep.
And they're a good supporter.
Shimano throws in a fair bit of gear.
Yes.
So that one's down at West Lakes. I think, well, it did certainly said it was a sellout. If you were desperate to get in, you could hit up Lee and see if there are any last-minute cancellations.
Yeah.
If you've got any young whippersnappers that
might be able to put you on a cancellation list.
Want to wet a line?
Yeah.
Or you could express your interest for future events.
Yeah, well, I think it's going really well. I'd be shocked if it... I don't think this one's winding up anytime.
No, well, they've got that funding from the Lake Bonnie Carp competition from Kim Manning as well. So that's going to help them out a lot.
Absolutely, it will. All right, now the Kingfish petition.
Yeah, we had a bit of barbecue last weekend.
We had a barbecue, and it was a good opportunity to explain to
friends,
guests.
None of them had any idea about fishing.
No, but
we drilled it into them pretty hard.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we were talking about in our last episode, you don't have to be a fisher person to sign this petition because you can understand the impact that it will have on our state.
Yeah, you've only got to have a small amount of common sense to sort of get the gist of it, really.
Yeah, so basically we've got some signatures down on that dock, and they're just added to the tally. Brilliant stuff.
And I was standing at the front door not letting people in or out without signing, so that's one way of going about it.
Very good. Rody, what else have we got?
The only other thing we wanted to talk about today is there's been a lot of dispute in federal and state politics about the Murray-Darling Basin system.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've been following that one, Diz?
Not a lot, mate.
I'm not sure we've got a resolution, but I think there's been some statements made that freshwater flows into the lower lakes is no longer essential. That was the claim.
Uh-huh.
And I think it was something to do with global warming. So the sea levels rise, which means that the Coorong could now be completely...
Oh, they don't require any
so I think
supplementary water.
So I think it's really just the other states arguing that they should be able to suck more water out.
Right, okay.
So hopefully, we want to protect the Coorong as best we can.
Yeah, we do.
So I think there's certainly some backlash about that statement.
Yes.
I'm not sure how much evidence is behind that.
Yeah.
But certainly we want to protect that because it's an important breeding ground for a lot of native fish.
It is. Yes.
And our guest, we're about to talk to Levi.
Yes.
He's a keen fisherman down there, and we'll chat a bit with him a little bit more about the health of the Coorong.
Yes, absolutely we will.
And I think that's it for the news, Diz. You haven't come up with any last-minute gems?
No, mate. I think there was some juicy topics in there.
There was. All right, should we should get on to Levi Nash, Diz. So he's the Saftag director. So he's the man for all your tagging of fish in South Australia.
Yep.
And he's also director of RecFish.
Yep.
And he's a gun fisherman and a good bloke.
Great, let's get him on the line. All right, Rody, we're very lucky to be joined now by Levi Nash. How you going, Levi?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, Levi. Thanks a lot for coming on, mate.
Thank you.
We very much look forward to hearing a bit later about everything you get up to within Saftag, but for the first section, let's get stuck into the 5 questions, mate. So tell us about your best fish.
So my best fish, I think straight away I would say my 69-pound Mulloway at Yellow Tail, but then when I think about it a bit more, I'd probably change it straight away to my 50.5 centimetre Black Bream, only because I caught it with my daughter. She was 2 in 2012.
Yeah.
We were fishing down the Coorong just after the floods, and we were right into them. I got 2 at 50.5, so that's my PB still today, and a couple of 48s, and a couple of 47s, and then my daughter broke off about 4, and then she landed one at 43 just on her little kiddie rig. So that was, I'd say my best fish would have to be my PB Black Bream at the moment. So
sounds like a pretty hot session. Well done there, Levi.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
All right, what is your favourite thing about fishing?
My favourite thing about fishing would have to be that crazy feeling of relaxation combined with anticipation. Wondering what's going to jump on the end of the line next. Then obviously the rush and the battle, and then the fear of failure. I've dabbled in lately into a bit of this light line business, which, you know, I didn't think much of it before, but it's, you know, hard in mouth stuff. It's pretty good.
Yeah, fantastic. I think you're right. The anticipation's definitely a big part about fishing. It sort of gets the adrenaline going, but it's also so relaxing at the same time.
That's it.
All right, Levi, your first fishing memory, or what got you into it? Was it a family member that got you into it, or what happened?
Coming from a fishing family, my dad definitely and grandpa, and catching snapper and whatnot down at Kingston. When I was probably too young to remember, I was sort of going out in the big boat then. But I used to go down to the Kingston jetty with my cousin actually, and I remember riding our bikes and trailers and catching trevally down there, and we'd bring some crayfish shells for burley and fresh cockles. That made a big difference, and those sort of memories really sort of lit a fire in me that I think it was already in my blood though. So yeah.
All right, Levi, what is your favourite sort of fishing and why?
Favourite sort would have to be beach surf fishing. It's probably in my early fishing days, growing up near Salt Creek on a farm, it was something that I looked forward to with my dad, and he did too, I think, and with his mates, and I would tag along, and I think there's nothing better than kicking back under the stars with a campfire and a frothy and a few mates, and telling stories and making up theories and solving the world problems and chewing the fat. I think it's, you know, that's something you can really do, sitting around the campfire on the beach and with a bit of luck catching a big Mulloway or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're not too bad at sitting back and watching the stars and having a frothy or so, but not much good at catching anything down at beach fishing.
And our theories don't always add up to much, do they?
I've got plenty that, my mates will say the same. I've got plenty of theories, but they're not all proven, that's for sure.
All right, Levi, so funniest fishing story, you must have a few from down on the beach.
You're right, it is on the beach. It's so it's that 69-pound Mulloway I got at Yellow Tail. So I'll try and shorten the story a bit. But 13-hour trip from Adelaide, and pull up pretty knackered. And first night, everyone's snoring in bed. So I was with Dad and my mate there, and I got up at 2 a.m. and thought, you know what, the wind's not bad. I'm going to have a crack. So I had a little shot down the beach there and caught myself a 69-pound Mulloway, 1,400 long. Probably battled it for about 20 minutes, and then I had to drag it back, and I couldn't get it over the dunes. I was absolutely knackered. So I walked into the camp, woke them up, and they didn't believe me, and until Dad finally sort of went around and grabbed it and dragged it back. And mate Bear said, "Geez, Nashy, it's a spear. What are we going to do with that? Our freezers are full." And anyway, we sorted it out, and with that trip, I managed to do quite well. I got a few more 40-pounders and 35-pounders, and called Bear down to grab a couple one day there, and I said, "Mate, you know, I did the right thing." I said, "Oh, look, I'm doing all right, mate. You just cast right out behind my rod deck. Just go for it, you know." So that's what Bear did, and straight away he's knocked off my very shortly held club record with a 71-pound Mulloway. So anyway, it was a bit of a happy, sad moment for Nashy, and we tagged it and made it swim, and it was really good to let that big girl go, that's for sure.
All right, Levi, thanks for answering those initial questions for us, mate. We're going to get into some more specifics. Can you tell us how you got involved in the RecFish and the Saftag side of things?
It probably started with just a group of mates down the Coorong, mainly from Keith, where I come from, and we're all sort of going our different ways, and we wanted to set a club up so we'd all come and meet sort of a couple of times a year. You sort of gets a bit crazy with kids and weddings and moving around the country. And so we did that and made an answer club. And then we saw the idea of tagging fish, and thought, yeah, that sounds good. So quite a few of us in the club do that. And then sort of realised there's a association tie with Answer and RecFish SA, so we sort of looked in there, and next thing I was on the board in there. That's sort of how that went.
Yeah, beautiful. And so, Levi, for the listeners out there, how do people get involved in tagging fish? Do they just reach out to you or jump on Facebook, or what's the go?
So it is recommended that you either join or form an Answer club. It is something that I think in this state a lot of clubs are, go on the wayside compared to what they used to be. So it's a way of trying to, people that want to tag, get them involved in clubs as well, and it's a good social side, and you can learn a lot if you're new to the sport. But there is a few that might be a bit more isolated or not interested in club. So between Answer and Saftag and RecFish SA, we're actually trying to organise an opportunity for individual Answer members through a membership with RecFish SA to be able to then become a Saftagger. So that's actually going to probably happen within the next sort of month, I'd say, where we'll have something set up that's easy, so if people are keen, they can actually look it up on the Facebook or on RecFish SA website, and hopefully we'll have something there where they can easily join up.
Yeah, great. It's good to make tagging more accessible for people, and we congratulate you on that, Levi.
No, it's something I found with the data recording. It was actually improving my fishing. I always wanted to find ways to record my catches and time and tides and weather. My old man used to do it in his little green book, and I got a bit lazy. But then when I come to tagging, I sort of was able to look back in my little green book or my tagging logbook and see some patterns. So, there's that side, but there's a lot of gaps in the data out there at the moment in fish stocks and movements. So we sort of just trying to do our bit there, I think, and help out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've spoken to quite a few people now, and there's just a constant theme about wanting to get more data, and this is a fantastic way to sort of encapsulate that and get some more information about what the fish are doing. So it's really good work that you do there.
No, it's quite interesting too, isn't it? Sometimes just where they travel to and how much they grow, and it's quite exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And Levi, tell what's sort of some of the most common species that we tag here in South Australia?
So snapper was our number one, still is, but obviously that's going to slowly drop off. But we've put 3,275 tags in snapper, 1,999 in Mulloway, Brim's 2,115.
Okay.
Golden perch is 1,693. So Murray cod's only 155, and Kingfish is 495. So they're the main ones that we at Saftag are promoting people to tag, because that's the ones with the biggest data gaps.
And just a question, Levi, this might be a silly question, but how does this differ to sort of the game fishing tagging that goes on through the game fishing clubs of South Australia as well?
So the game fishing tagging is done through New South Wales government. They've got a program that is more set up for fish like kingfish and tuna, game fish that do travel around our nation basically, and we've had some good recaps from them and from Saftag between our Gulfs and the East Coast. They mainly sort of target those species. We do a fair few kingfish as well. Yeah. But that's sort of where that sits.
So it's sort of more the offshore versus the land-based, more or less. Yeah. Is that fair?
Yeah, pretty well. But more the fish that do travel interstate. Yeah.
Yeah. No worries.
And Levi, you've obviously know the stats very well. Can you remember some really memorable or extremely long distances that some fish have travelled that sort of surprised you a bit?
So when I got landed with this task after Marcel's sad passing, I've sort of had opportunity to look back through all the data and it was when I did some work with Sardi on the snapper recently. I noticed that we had one fish, a snapper that travelled from Kingston southeast all the way to Port Phillip Bay.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was another one that come from, I think it was Spencer Gulf, that made it to Esperance. So that's in itself pretty crazy.
Yeah.
I think that you get those randoms that just sort of go far and wide.
They're just following some current in a way.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, that's right. It is amazing because I'm sure, naturally the whole point of this is to, I guess, identify patterns and understand a bit more. But you would just get those complete anomalies, wouldn't you? They're just random ones that have gone miles, wouldn't you?
I think us humans are a bit the same, aren't we?
Yeah.
In the same spot. So, yeah.
And what about at Saftag? Is it what are the ones that you want to get more tags in? Is it the Murray cod that you've got only very few tags in, or is there any particular area, any particular species that you're most targeting at the moment?
I'm going to say Coorong Black Bream because we've only had one recapture in there. So
Yeah. Okay.
that's for me. But look, it's up to the individuals what they want to go for and get more data in. But you can say we've got a fair bit on snapper, we've got a fair bit on Mulloway, golden perch is up there. But yeah, it's up to the individual, I guess, what fish. But or if the departments come to us and say, hey, we need a hand know what's going on here, then we'll
Then you push a particular species.
Yeah, push them out.
Yeah. And what percentage of recapture do you get? Do you have numbers on that?
I do. So we've got a total of 11,626 fish tagged since over the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And that was as of end of last financial year. I've got to do the latest one shortly. And we're sitting at about 7%. So,
Okay.
that's roughly where it's sat, between 6 and 7% over those 20 years as the capture rate.
That's interesting. And can they use those numbers to help figure out the stocks of a particular species?
I would think they can. I'm no scientist.
Yeah.
We produce the information and they can sort of use it as they need. But I would have thought, you can sort of just by recaptures and you can sort of see if they're happening very regularly. I guess in a small body of water, then maybe there's not many in there, I guess.
Yeah, true. Oh, that's very interesting, Levi. Thanks very much for that, mate. We do like to ask all of our guests often about some topical things that are happening in the rec fishing scene, and you mentioned that kingfish get tagged quite a bit by yourselves and other clubs. Do you sort of have any thoughts on the netting of the kingfish that's running rife through the news at the minute, or?
And the figures that have been sort of said that the recs are taking. Look, you look at those figures and I can't remember what they are off the top of my head, but you think, wow, that sounds outrageous. So, me personally, I think we need to step up and get some better data. Tagging's got to be one way that we can sort of find out just how many are around and what size they are. But it doesn't look good, that's for sure, what was happening there.
Yeah, and we put a bit of a call out to some of our listeners, Levi, to get some questions sent in. And we've had a question about we know you've got a big interest in the Coorong, discussing how there's been very high rates of record catches of Mulloway and mullet in the Coorong fishery. Would you say that this is sustainable? Do you know much about this?
Yeah, I've seen the latest stock assessment, which is for 1920 season,
Yeah.
And
I think it was the highest 3-year average of Mulloway and the highest ever catch of mullet. Is that correct?
that's correct.
Yeah.
And just knowing, and I've talked to a few of the commercials out there and Rex as well in that system, which I do fish as much as I can. Definitely the mullet numbers this past season have been right down, and they were fetching, as supply and demand, record prices for mullet.
Yeah.
And I'm not 100% sure, but I've got a feeling the Mulloway might have been a bit down. Well, they definitely seem to be down for the rec sector in there, that's for sure. Just through our club and our comps and that, we sort of just found them, a bit down. But, estuaries are very cyclic, and you're going to get changes with different amounts of water flow, etc., which is probably a more topical thing at the moment, I think, is the worry what's going on with this water coming down the Murray or to the point not coming down. That heavily impacts your bream, your Mulloway, your flounder, your lamprey, many species that rely heavily on this, a decent amount coming down. We're definitely getting nowhere near what we're meant to, that's for sure.
So if you think that the recreational catch isn't as high as what it has been, do you think the commercial catch is too high and is unsustainable then?
It does seem like that, but they do seem to be, they keep bouncing back. But I don't know. If I was to try and crystal ball it, you would expect there might be some sort of crash with the Mulloway stocks, but it has always seemed to follow the freshwater flows. So, look, if they're able to keep fishing and we're able to keep sort of catching some decent numbers inside and outside, then I guess that's sustainable. But we have had some years where things have been pretty average, so I think we've got to sort of definitely monitor it. Black Bream is depleted, flounder is depleted, so those two species that they need to be addressed more. And we're not seeing any action at the moment. It's sort of still going to be too late, I think.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's. I know the kingfish and some of the snapper have got a lot of attention over the last few years. Hopefully that can be another area that gets a bit of love in the industry and a bit of media attention, and maybe we can help to save those fish in the Coorong as well.
Yeah, definitely. You'd love to see it somewhat back to what it used to be, but I guess since the barrage is there, it's never going to be quite the same. But you want to see it as good as it can be, because I think it's a very massive tourism draw card for us with a country that can't go overseas, and we don't have any of these national sort of hobie comps or anything like that, like they do interstate. Maybe if the fishery was better, we could attract some of that sort of interstate dollars across and bigger tourism dollar as well.
Yeah, and I suppose it's just such a tough one, the Coorong. It affects, the whole Murray River, which affects so many peoples and so many different industries, but you've also got the fishing and the recs and the pros. There's just so many different parts to it, so I do understand how it's a very complex one.
It definitely is, and it's you're not going to have a belter season every year. That's no different out in the ocean, is it?
No.
But as long as there's enough to go around so that the average Joe can sort of get in there and catch a few, that's what we want.
And another question we actually had this a couple of times, Levi. A couple of different people wanted to know about what are the regulations at the moment for the tagging of snapper in the southeast?
That's a good question. I haven't got the final answer. I got from 3 different people in Perth, 2 different answers. So, and the last time I asked, they said, "Look, let's put something in writing, and they'll give me a written response." So I was a bit disappointed in that, to be honest. That couldn't get a clear answer there. But I was told by Perth that we could, and the rules are there for the fish retained, which years ago it used to be 5, and then they made it 2, and to me they opened up that area, so it wasn't a closed fishery. But yes, and then when we caught the rec targ, we had to stop, and then it's a closed area. So Look, I'll be honest, I haven't really got that clear answer for you, but I will get it, and
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, let us know when you're here. It'd be good to have an answer on that one by the time it opens up again.
Yeah, which is not far away.
Yeah, I think it's coming up soon, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Levi. Thanks a lot for coming on the show tonight, Levi. It's been a really informative chat for Diz and I, and I'm sure for all our listeners.
No, I enjoyed it, mate. Thanks for letting me on.
And thanks a lot for all the really hard work you do with the tagging. And a lot of our guests that we have had on have a lot of them do feel that getting more numbers and more information is an important part with the management of the rec sector, and you're playing a big part in that.
Yeah, no, I hope to do a bit more in the near future too. I think, we've got to be stewards of our own fishery, I think, and not just stand back and let PIRSA solely manage, because, we've seen a few certain species that are not travelling too well. So if we can help, I think we should.
Yeah, absolutely, Levi. You're right on the money there. Thanks very much again for coming on the show, and great to have a chat.
Thanks, guys. Catch
Cheers,
you.
mate. Bye. Great to hear from Levi, Rody.
Yes, what a great man. Passionate.
I was going to say super passionate.
Yeah, and he is someone who always appreciates some feedback.
Yeah.
He said to us before, like he's got a finger in many pies.
I think Levi,
And
one thing I really do like about Levi is he wants to be a voice of the people.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to go and just give his opinion at all of these. He's involved in tagging nationally and sort of
Yes.
representing South Australia on that front.
Yes.
And he doesn't want to be the one just chipping in his opinion all the time.
Yeah.
So he would appreciate any feedback that you've got on how you think things should be done.
Yeah.
We're not here to, we don't want him, having all the say. We want all our listeners to get involved and
Yeah.
anything constructive, anything you think can be of benefit, any opinions on how things should be done.
He
Levi
gets himself
loves to hear.
He gets himself involved in community events, and one fantastic community event that I can think of off the top of my head is Dan's Barbecue.
Yeah, we've seen him there before, haven't we?
And that's a great little event that Dan and the guys down at HYT organise.
Yeah.
We love that.
We do.
Raising a bit of money for the childhood cancer, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And a good little social networking event where you can pass your feedback on to the likes of Levi and other key stakeholders. Yes, good point. All right, Rodney, let's move into the fishing report, mate, because there's a bit to chat about here.
Yeah, it's been tough for people to get out. As we said, the weather's been pretty hit and miss.
Yes.
But I have been hearing some metro whiting, Diz.
Oh, mate, there has been some seriously good catches going around on the socials of metro whiting.
And actually, that is one thing we've said again and again and again we should get more into.
Yeah, we're just not really that good at it, are we?
We just seem to have more success tripping over Yorks or...
Yeah. And speaking of Yorks, another good friend of the show, Alex
Hazy.
Hazy.
He's been catching more fish, has he?
Yeah, he's been putting up a few stories of some thumping whiting.
Yeah, he does well down the bottom end.
Yeah.
So you would expect the bigger whiting to have well and truly moved in now.
I think so, yeah.
So that'd be what I'd be targeting if you're heading over that way or taking the boat out metro.
Yeah, it's just a pretty classic sort of winter whiting type of, setup if you're chasing them.
Moving close over the broken bottom.
Yeah.
Bit of reefy structure.
Yeah, absolutely. Look for the corkweed.
All right, Diz, what else?
Well, already speaking of shallows, coming into shallows, an absolute monster great white has been
did see
sighted
that.
off St Kilda.
Yeah.
I'm surprised its belly wasn't rubbing along the bottom.
And there was a few, it was sighted a few times and they didn't know if it was the same one or...
Yeah.
Anyway.
It was huge.
Yeah.
It was big. It looks very placid.
They're certainly out there, the old sharks these days, aren't they?
But my goodness, you wouldn't want to bump into that in the shallow waters off St Kilda.
Nah.
Would you?
Nah, you wouldn't, mate.
No. All right. And look, just want to let you know, one of our regulars doesn't mind doing a bit of reservoir fishing.
Yeah.
Had a great session on the redfin.
Is that someone down at work, is it?
Yeah. Oh, just like a customer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And wouldn't believe it, wouldn't read about it. Got him on the motor oil grubs.
Ah, the
Resbaits.
The Resbaits, that's it, Wade.
Yeah, Wade from Resbaits. Motor oil grubs, they just seem to do the damage on them.
Yeah, well, we should go and give it a crack.
Yeah, well,
we've been talking about it, haven't we?
Reservoir's good fishing, I suppose, when you get this poor run on weather.
Yeah, well,
Man.
certainly be cold, but you don't have to worry about the wind, do you?
Yeah, true. That's right. Okay, Rody, we have another thing we've been doing a bit of is just keeping our eyes peeled for any barrels being caught off Port Mac.
Yes, because that could be the silver lining of this border getting shut and the regional New South Wales trip being a doubtful starter.
Yeah.
We could take those couple of days, get down to Port Mac, take some of our finest tuna skirts, troll so hard,
Yes.
and chase some barrels.
Yes, we certainly could. We would definitely need to have a good yarn with a seasoned campaigner.
Have we seen any fish caught down there? That's my question.
Well, I haven't personally. I've still seen plenty of news about school tuna being caught,
Yes.
which wouldn't be the worst.
No.
But I guess the penultimate goal would be to get down there and get onto a barrel.
Yeah, I think they've been getting some over in Victoria, I think I read.
Okay.
I saw, but I haven't seen too many in the southeast SA. But
Well, it'll only be a matter
this is
of
the time of year.
Yes. Yeah.
Keep your eyes out.
That's good. So we'll keep our eyes on that. If any of the listeners out there have any sort of words of wisdom for us, then reach out to us, please. That'd be good.
Yeah.
And one little part of our fishing report, which we do like to talk about occasionally, is the humble squid.
Yeah.
Have we heard any sort of news on any, record-breaking catches?
I've
They
heard
get big this time.
They do get big ones. Yeah, normally
Big
Warina,
woods.
I've heard Warina, they've been getting a few.
Yeah. Okay.
That's normally a pretty safe bet.
Yeah.
And someone was over in Yorks and was getting them.
The jetties,
Yeah, Yorks, Jetties, Fire,
Moonta,
Moonta, Wallaroo.
Wool Bay.
Wool Bay is a haven for them.
Can you turn a car around on Wool Bay?
That's an in-joke. In-joke.
Shout out to Chico. No, sorry, anyway, we move on. We digress. Roddy, good little report there
Yeah,
for the listeners.
some good weather and we'll get some more info for you guys.
Yeah, look, good weather will help. Right, Roddy, we've got one last segment before we wrap up today's show.
Yeah.
That is, of course, the tackle segment, which
Yeah.
replaced the joke segment.
After
which
you've
was
ruined it.
Really, really horrible.
Yeah, by you.
So we are enjoying the tackle segment. We're covering a wide range of topics.
Do you think the tackle segment encourages me to buy more random
I think
fishing
it
gear
does.
online?
I think it does. It certainly keeps you interested in your online shopping.
My online shopping's getting
Keeps you
worse
going.
too.
Keeps you going. Gives the card a good workout. But Tackle Busters down at Victor Harbour, the owner there moved to Tassie.
Yeah, sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
It was a good shop in there.
It was a good shop. It was a lovely guy anytime we'd been in there.
Yeah, he
albeit
was
not
helpful.
very many times.
Helpful.
Yeah, very helpful. And he has basically got a store-wide sale, and there has been some red-hot bargains.
Yeah, so we snapped up a pack of, it was $50 for 40 pre-tied rigs.
Yes.
Each of them had three of those little soft plastic squids
Yep.
with a big old hook in the middle.
Yes.
And we are expecting them in the post.
Okay.
And we cannot wait to take them down off Althorpes and KI.
Yep.
Chuck a little strip of some squid on them just to really get them going.
Yep.
And I reckon they'll go pretty well on the nannies.
Yeah, I reckon. They look good.
They do look good.
They look really good.
And
And it's a good price.
you
It's
can't
a
go
great
wrong.
price.
You cannot go wrong for that price.
No, you can't. That's a bargain.
And they also had a good deal on the Penn Squadron rod and reel for $66.
$66 is cheap.
That's good going.
Penn, reputable brand.
Yeah, well, the only reel I've ever had from Penn was that Penn Slammer.
Yeah.
And we still
going.
use that.
Still
and
going.
that's got to be 15 years old.
Yeah.
So I can't speak highly enough of them.
Yeah.
Generally, I'm a Shimano man,
Yes.
but the one time I have ventured into the land of Penn, it's been good to me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a good little anecdote from a user like yourself.
Yeah.
Live reviews. We love that.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, no, seriously, if you're down that way, if you're looking for a bargain, then I'd suggest getting down.
And
there.
they make it easy for you too. I just rang up and paid over the phone.
Yeah, simple. Whack
And
it in
then
the post.
It's in the post, $10 I think it was.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's good.
Because we would have gone down for a look, but the
Timing
planets
of it.
haven't aligned.
Yeah. It's the timing of it all, really, isn't it?
You got called into work yesterday. That was
Work
probably
gets
our
in
one
the way.
chance to go down there and go fishing / shopping.
Work's really been getting in the way. of things. I
I,
hate it when work gets in the way of fun.
I'm personally looking forward to retiring pretty soon and
Yeah.
fishing a bit more.
Yeah, I think so. Well,
Anyway.
if we can monetize this podcast somehow, Baldy, we might be doing all right.
We need to get the tax man
Hamish
on
Andy,
board
look
and
out.
get a few more benefits out of this.
Yeah, we'll just start doing some hashtag spawn gear.
Anyway, guys,
Good
thanks
episode, Roddy.
for listening.
Yes.
Make sure you tag us in all your fishing gear on Facebook, Insta, etc.
Yep, absolutely.
And let us know how the fishing's going.
Yep, please do. Great to have a yarn with you, Rody. We'll look forward to catching up with you next time. Big man.
Yeah, all good. See you guys.
See ya.
Rody and Diz hope you enjoyed today's episode of All the Gear But No Idea. Keep up to date by liking and sharing us on Facebook and Instagram. And you can subscribe on all the major podcast platforms. Until next time, good luck fishing.